Hi, this is Billy Tobenkin with AdultCello.com, and today we're going to talk about how to put tape on your cello. And this is obviously for beginning cellists who are just starting their journey. This will take a few supplies, so let's just talk about that right now. The first thing you'll need is a tuner. I'm going to hold up my cell phone right now because my tuner is on my cell phone. I use TE Tuner. It's an app you can download. It's wonderful. I think it's amazing. So you'll need your tuner, and then you will need tape. So you could buy specialty, finger tape for cello or violin. I think you're just going to do this probably once in your life. So I just use regular old masking tape. The biggest thing is just remember to have tape that's not too sticky. So this is going to be on your cello for hopefully just a short amount of time before you take it off because you're ready to go. So not sticky, this masking tape is really a good choice. Okay, and then to cut it, I would use an X-acto knife, or you could just use a pair of scissors. This is a little easier to work with tape. And then finally, you'll need a pencil, and that's to mark the finger locations so that we have a guide for where we're going to put that tape. So first thing we got to do is actually put the cello down and cut the tape. So let's do that. Okay, to cut the tape, I think we can pretty much ballpark it. So what I would do is I would measure it basically by the length of my index finger, and I would just find the edge of the tape and go to that bottom joint, make a little mark without stabbing myself. And then once I've got that mark, I'm just going to make a horizontal line with the X-acto knife, and now we have the length we need. Okay, then the next step, again, ballparking it, I'm going to just shoot for 1 or 2 millimeters and relatively thin and straight. So with the X-acto knife, I'm just going to trace a line, get it started, and you just want to err on the side of having it be on like a thinner strip of tape rather than a thicker strip of tape. Okay, so as I pick it off and pull, voila, we have one piece of tape. So I'm going to repeat the exact same thing 2 more times. For first position, we need 3 total pieces of tape. So let's both do that, and then we'll get back to the cello. Okay, so now we've got our 3 strips of tape are made, and we're going to find the right spot on the cello to place them. So the first thing you do before you move on is make sure that your cello is in tune. If that's kind of still a scary subject, I have a link below to a video I made on how to tune the cello. So if you're worried your cello's not in tune, please watch that video, get it in tune, and then meet me right back here. For those of us whose cello is in tune, here's what we do next. I'm going to take my tuner, and what I'm looking for is on the A string, I have to find the note B natural, and I have to get it really in tune because that's our guidepost. So starting flat on purpose, if you're not really sure, obviously, where first position is, you could just start way up high, like almost right next to the nut here, and then you can just look at your tuner while you play. And as I look at the tuner, I'm aiming for 0.0 on the tuner, which I hit, and that's my B. So now that I have it, I'm going to put the bow down, but I'm not going to let go of my finger. And then I take my pencil and I go the middle of the finger right here. If I drew a horizontal line across my finger, I'm just going to mark the fingerboard. And pencil comes right off ebony, no problem, so don't worry. Just going to mark the fingerboard like this in a horizontal line. And now I've marked my location for B. We're going to have to do the same thing for 2 more notes. So you just put the pencil down, replace with the bow. Now you have to find C sharp or D flat. I say that because some tuners read it one way, some tuners the other. So my tuner is reading D flat, but that's totally fine. It's the same as C sharp on a chromatic tuner. There's basically 0.0 for the D flat / C sharp. Replace with the pencil, go to the middle of the finger, and then bisect it right there. Just draw another line. Perfect. One more to go. We need the fourth finger, which is D natural. Do that with the bow real quick. All right. That D natural is also easier to find because when you hit it, you'll hear the cello start to ring a little bit more. So we'll just trace along, make that horizontal line one more time. Okay, and we got it. So the next step is to finally apply the tape. We're all ready. Let's do it. Now it's time to put the tape onto the fingerboard. So what I do is I grab one of our prefabricated strips, and what I'm going to do, if you try to like kind of snake the strip under each string, it's a nightmare because it gets stuck to everything. So I just go under kind of the plane surface of the strings, and then I go sticky side down, and I kind of keep it up along the bottom of the C string and the A string, and then I just kind of ease it over the fingerboard, sticky side down, slide it all the way up to where we have our first pencil marking, and then I'm just trying to get it parallel with the nut. The nut is this piece of wood right here at the top of the fingerboard. It keeps the strings off of the fingerboard, so this little raised up strip of wood right here, and I want this strip of tape to be parallel with the strip of wood. So that looks pretty good to me. I'm just going to gently ease the sides down. I don't want to mash it down, just in case I have to, I look at it from another angle and it's not quite straight. So let's do that with the next piece of tape. You get it on both thumbs, basically. It's on both thumbs, and it's sticky side down. It's up against the strings. I coax it over the fingerboard, slide it up, find our nice little marking of pencil we made. And that's parallel to the first piece of tape. It looks pretty decent to me, so I just ease the sides down. And last but not least, final piece of tape. Take it, sticky side down on both thumbs, up against the strings, over the fingerboard, slide it up, find our pencil marking, and I'm making this parallel to the second piece of tape. So, and then I'm just easing it down on both sides. So there we go, we've got the tape on, we're all finished up. In case you're wondering, this will be where you play your first finger, as you know, and this will be third and this will be fourth. And second finger does not get a piece of tape, and it's going to go right between the two pieces of tape, the first two pieces of tape. If you put a gun to my head, I don't really know why we don't put a piece of tape for second finger. I think part of the reason possibly is because essentially the less tape the better, because we're going to eventually have it all off. So I think that's part of the reason. Also for me, when I was starting, I know that playing first finger and second finger was much, much more comfortable and somehow intuitive for me than playing 3 and 4. Maybe it has to do with, where our pinkies tend to be much shorter than the other fingers and it's awkward. So, but there you go. You will use second finger, and it's going to go right between these two pieces of tape. I hope that helps. Thank you so much, and good luck.